All right. Hi guys, Becky here, Aunt Beck's Creations. I'm just popping on because I've been waiting for an hour and a half for Barb Owen, and I hope she's okay. Barb, if you're listening, I hope you're okay. I had gotten my journal all ready to go, my area cleared, and I was gonna play along with Barb Owen, and then I saw Kelly Donovan was on, so I watched her for a little while. So, and then Kathy said, "Are you coming on?" And I said, "I can in a few minutes. I have scones in the oven." I tried my hand at scones for the first time, and I ate one or two, and they turned out good. So this is my little positive words journal I'm doing with Barb, and I've added my letters, and I made my washi tape out of tissue paper. Hi, Threes. And what I did is I just put the double-sided, half-inch double-sided tape. Let me get it. Let's see. Half-inch double-sided tape. And I got some tissue paper right here. And I've got this. This really should be pressed first. And this has got cat hair on it. I wonder why. I never saw Barb. I kept waiting and waiting. She was supposed to be on for Drama Free Friday, and I don't know if she's having trouble getting on or what, but if she pops on, I will leave and go over there, but I haven't seen her yet. She doesn't utilize her community tab, I don't think. I checked her community tab and didn't see anything. So I'm not sure what's going on. So hopefully she'll get, back with us and let us know she's okay and all. Callie, oops, it does tear easy. So if you get a hold of the paper too good and you pull, it's going to rip. Callie, enough. All right. Just a real quick tutorial here. And then I just trimmed it across. And then I just cut right up against the release paper. It is difficult to get the release paper started off the back of these. But once you do, it makes really cool looking homemade washi. So if Barb pops on, I'll say it. I've got notifications where it'll give me notification eventually, hopefully right away. Yeah, I think we've all been watching for her today. I'm not sure what has happened. I hope everything's okay. And then I just cut the tissue paper. And see, now I've got tape with hearts on it. It is difficult to get started, but it is so worth it for the look you get. See, that was some Tim Holtz, and I put it on both sides just like Barb did in my book. And I thought it just turned out really cool looking. So I've got all my letters taped in. I haven't glued anything else in this yet. I don't really have anything collected together. I'm kind of wishing I had edged the edges with some black to cover the core of the paper, but it's in here now and I'm good. She wants to go back out in the rain. I'm coming. She hates when the timer goes off on the oven, and it went off earlier. And she usually comes running in to tell me the timer. think she's afraid it'll go off again. So that's another way you can make your own washi tape that looks really cool. You just have to be patient with yourself while you're trying to get the stuff off the back. And I forgot to, excuse me, I forgot to turn the autofocus off. I'm not going to mess with that at this point. Maybe bring us in a little closer. Okay. Hi, Mina. So let's see. What else do I want to share? That's how I made my own washi to go in this journal. I made a decision last night that I don't really like altering books. I was working on the fairy book, and I've just decided I don't really enjoy it as enough to continue. So I cut the pages that I really liked out, and then I threw the book in the trash because I just got in a mood to where it was like, no, I'm done with this. I don't want to do this anymore. And, you know, not every project is for everybody. But I told Scott, I said, I really like these 2 pages. So what I did is cut them out, and I'm going to glue them into just a regular journal and utilize them that way. So that's my 2 favorite pages that I'm going to keep, and the rest is gone. And let's see. This I came across the other day to make my own little pocket envelope. So it looks like one of those great big legal envelopes, but this one comes out very much smaller. So I thought it would be fun to cut some of those out sometime in the future, not today. I just left it on the desk. It's here. So that's the fairy pages I'm keeping. This one's a pocket page this way here. And I did stamp that fairy there. So I don't know if I'll glue it down or use it as a flap in a journal. This one I will definitely just glue down. So there's those. I've got Happy Mail here. This one is from Terry. Oh, look, she sent me some tweenchies and inchies. This is from Terry L. I love that little bee. That is so cute. Look at that sun with the googly eyes. These are really great. These are awesome. Hi, Shelly. So these were from Terry L. Did she write a note on the back? This is for the swap. And I have the swaps for that in this little tote, so that I can keep them all together, so that I can do a project with them, because I want to do another shadow box. And then this was from Tanya, and I got this last week, but I don't think I shared it with anybody, with y'all. She says, I hope this brightens your mailbox. Wanted to send just a bit of Happy Mail along with your zine. So she sent me a zine. And then this note will go in my Happy Mail journal. And here's her zine. I may have already shared this. I don't know. I don't remember. It's very cute. And so see, what I might do is use this, make a pocket, and then slide this in it. But I'll keep all of this together to put in my Happy Mail journal, which I have that in a separate box under the table. I need to go through and do like Mary did and just pull all the Happy Mail out and separate like the larger pieces of paper, the like painty papers, and then have a pile for tissue and napkins, and then maybe do all of the ornamentation and decorations in a pile, and then maybe make a journal and then utilize the stuff that I have. I might do that. Not today, but another day. So I'm going to pull it forward and just drop this envelope in there. I just have a huge tub under the table full of Happy Mail that has come in. So, I don't know who all is here and who would like to play to make more cards. And like I said, I don't know if I want to get involved in a game just in case Barb comes on. So we might save this for next week. We're making prompt cards. And I finished decorating the top of my box. And I figure we can do 3 more 12 by 12 sheets, and that will fill this box totally up. And that's a recycled candy box. Nina Ribena has a tutorial on making those envelopes. Cool. All right, so let's see, what can we do today? I don't really want to start any more projects. I was looking around the other day. I have the Positive Words journal. I have the journal that Tanya sent me. I have my growth journal that I've misplaced. And I started journaling. You want to do the 12 by 12 sheet? We can do that. We'll go ahead and do it. I started the journal, trying to learn to journal every day with, I can see her face. I can't remember her name at this moment. It's like it just evaporated. She does amazing journaling and art, and I can't remember her name. And she has the most beautiful black and white dog, and she has the most beautiful black hair. Oh, it'll come to me. Let me go grab a piece of 12 by 12 paper. This might be my last sheet of white. All right. And a piece of paper to write prompts on would be good. We'll just write it on the tipping policy for PetSmart's grooming care, blah de blah. And a pen. All right. Hi, Gertie. I just came on because I never did see Barb Owen, and I have been waiting, and I didn't do Wednesday night, and I said I was going to reschedule and do 3 o'clock today, and then I was like, no, I can't do that because Barb Owen is supposed to come on, and I'm doing her project. And then finally, she didn't come on, and Kathy asked me if I was coming on, and I said, I can. Let me get these scones out the oven. So here I am. So we'll do 12 prompts on this paper. Somewhere I still have the list right here. So we already have prompts we can put on the backs of them already. And what we can do is we have more prompts in here that we made last time than 12 prompts. So let's just use these prompts. Yes, scones. And I looked up the difference between an American biscuit and a scone. And the difference are there's sugar in scones. There is not any in biscuits. There is an egg and milk in scones, and there are not in biscuits. So that tells you the difference. And they're very, very different texture-wise. Very different. Do you want the side? Okay. I don't know what he's going to do. He killed a bird last night. There's bird bits out front. I need to get a shovel and bury them. But anyway, yeah, I tried scones for the first time. They turned out good. All right, first prompt, add paint. So you get to choose whatever color you want. Add paint. And these are prompts y'all gave me last week. So we'll add paint. Turn it around here. Oh, that's a hideous color. I'm over here picking hideous colors. All right, I'm going to do maroon and I can't read that. Naphtha crimson. You're having a raisin cinnamon bagel for lunch. I have some things of, ooh, I don't know if this is going to work. I have some things of cream cheese in the refrigerator. If I can get any of the maroon out, ooh, we'll see what happens here. And I'm going to mix it with some of this red. Not really mix it, but have some of this red. Cover my entire page with color. Well, it seems I've chosen everything that's difficult to get out, which means this is probably all paint that needs to be used up. Turn the page. Whoops. I think we need more paint. I was thinking I had too much. Callie just came back across the street. That means she's probably caught something. Come out. So after we do these prompts, I've got the prompts left over from the last time we got together that we can make some more cards for the box. Hi, Joyce. I remember the whole maroon and what was that pink? Dusty pink and that blue from the 80s. I think that's why I don't particularly care for maroon anymore. It was everywhere in the 80s. My watch is fussing at me. It says, get up, move. Tells me 12 steps for the win. All right, I'm good. It's raining. I'm not going anywhere. Keep watching to see if anybody else sees Barb Owen pop on, let me know. Boy, I'm having trouble getting paint everywhere. Just need enough to cover. I like to, when it says to add the paint, I like to get enough to cover the whole thing. I guess you don't have to, but there we go. And I don't care if it gets on my drop cloth or the back of the cards. It just adds more interest. And plus it gives me drop paper to make cards with later. There we go. And you can tell this paper has some texture to it. Let's just spread this out so that it dries. Okay? So I've got the paint on there. All right, and I'll pull a next card. Add texture. This can be any way you want to add texture. It just says add texture. All right. I think I'm just going to use some modeling paste and a palette knife. I know Kelly Donovan, if you don't watch her, she does some really neat girl faces on her channel. And she was asking today if anybody did Zoom, that she wouldn't mind doing some classes and use Zoom if there were people. So if you're interested in some classes or whatever on doing girl faces, you might want to look up Kelly Donovan and communicate with her if you do Zooming, because she's was asking about doing that today. And Kelly's pretty awesome. She likes to do art, and she knows a lot about different products and stuff. So if you're new to doing arts and crafts and that kind of stuff and need to know about a product, you could probably ask Kelly. And if she doesn't know about it, she'll learn about it and let you know about it. And yes, I know I'm covering a lot of the red, which is fine. It said to add texture. And I can revisit my red anytime I want to. I broke my favorite palette knife for this. So that needs to go on my list of things to replace when I can. All right, so that's going to be my texture. And I'm going to put this back and grab me a wet one because I'm making a mess. And I want to get that texture paste off my knife. All right. So the next prompt will be add lace. Add lace. Well, if I do that, it would have to be something that lays flat, because this is a something I am going to cut up for cards. So I'm thinking I'm going to pull an alternate, because I don't really want to do that prompt, but that'll be the prompt. Add lace. An alternate for that would be use your scraps. Use scraps. Oh, Violet, that sounds yummy. Let's see if I can find it. Use your scraps. Well, I'm going to put those out, and I'm going to use those. And I've got the glue all right here. Oh, the cats are driving me crazy. You want to go out with your sister? Okay. Okay, little mister. So, just the big unit is left in here. The two smaller cats are out. Sorry about the shaking. Maybe it would be better to put the glue on the paper I'm gluing down, instead of trying to put a line of glue on my base. These are bits from envelopes that you guys mailed me. Well, I looked up what you're supposed to do for your the traditional gift for your 35th wedding anniversary, since next Monday's our 35th wedding anniversary. And it said coral. And then that was a traditional gift. And then the what did they call it? The modern is jade. And I was telling Scott, I said, it really kind of sucks that their gifts are so sexist, because, they're really leaned mainly for women. I mean, I want to give him something too. I'm going to turn that off so that we're not so shiny on both sides. So I think that's weird. I guess Scott and I are just too open-minded. But I got the Mother's Day cards in the mail yesterday, so they'll have them in time for Mother's Day. That's a weird one. I bet he'll enjoy that, Violet. That one's just not like any of these other scraps, and I think I've used most of those scraps that are like that on my box for the cards. And I can't stay on too long because it's Mary's Day too. So we'll see how long this takes us here with me gluing on little strips. Isn't this weather crazy, you guys? We had to turn the air conditioners on last week, and then the last couple mornings, I've had to turn the heat on to warm us up, to get Scott to get out of the bed. Last night, I just slept in the recliner. I just couldn't get comfortable in that bed. I don't know. Maybe that's what we should do for our anniversaries. Go buy a mattress set and tell Adele, we bought a mattress set for the bed. She'll say, go ahead and take the bedroom set. She offered it to us. So I told Scott, I said, if we're going to keep it, or if we're going to take it with us. Oh, extra garlic. Yes, that would be yummy for us as well. We'll be right over, Violet. But like I was saying the other day, I turned the mattress was it night before last? Yeah, I turned it from head to toe, and then I flipped it so that everything was turned around in the hopes that we would, sleep better. Well, I found the tag with the date of manufacturing on it, and it was made in August of 1983. So that mattress we've been sleeping on for the last 4 years is almost 40 years old. That's one of the reasons we don't sleep well, and we wake up a million times in the night, and it might be something we need to just do. And then if she decides she wants to keep it, it'll just be payment for letting us live here, I guess. We could look at it that way. I had a dream the other night that we went to look at a house and we moved out of here. It was really a dream. These look like great big noodles, don't they? Aw, thanks, Violet. It would be quite the road trip for us. Y'all, we paid $1.25 to fill the car up the other day. $1.25. We haven't seen that since the 80s. Hang on just a sec. I think I left the oven on. I think I can hear it clicking. Every time I get up and walk fast, the dog thinks we're going somewhere. She gets all excited and perks up. Mina, that is an excellent idea. He said he might get home early again tonight, depending on if he runs out of work or not. They kind of grind everything to a halt toward the weekends, it seems, because they're only doing a limited run on everything right now. So he might pop in before Mary's done tonight. That's a good idea. This has got part of a window piece cut in it, envelope window. It'd be a whole lot easier if I just ran these through my Xyron, but I'm almost out of the adhesive stuff, so I would rather use the glue. I know it's time consuming, but wonder if Mary got all her flowers planted. She was talking about going and buying some flowers and stuff the other day. Ooh. That doesn't have any paint on it. That ain't straight at all once I started getting down here close to myself here. Oh. We'll see if that stays glued, because I've got it kind of squished out here. All right, not too many more pieces left here. Whole lot of blue. I started watching on Netflix. I started watching The Good Witch. Y'all ever watched her? It's interesting. Sometimes I get aggravated with the mayor character. It's like I just want her to be quiet. Oh, I know. I told Scott this morning I'm about to die to go thrifting, but from the behavior we experienced yesterday, we went to Ollie's because Scott accidentally set our granite pan on fire. Actually, not really on fire, but he burnt it up. He put the wrong burner on and walked away and heated up the wrong pan. So we went down there to the new one, and people were not staying away from each other. Hardly anybody had masks on. And I was like, no, I am not coming back out until people take this more seriously. And then we got onto the discussion of people aren't going to take it serious until they lose somebody they love. Unfortunately. Yeah, it's like she's more of an enchantress than she is a witch, I think. But I'm on the one about the flower, the flower that only blooms every once in a while, and I need to finish watching it. I just got so tired last night. I could not stay awake. And Scott just kept waking me up in the night, it seemed, because he'd come into the little green room where I was sleeping in the recliner, and he'd touch me. I don't know if I was not breathing or what, but he said he was worried about me. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm in here sleeping. All right. I think we're going to leave these. I'll put these back in the bag. That's a few more scraps out of my scrap bag. So I used my scraps, and that gave the texture paste a little time to dry. All right. Prompt 4 is going to be, so it was either add lace or use your scraps, and I used my scraps. All right, now it says collage. So we're going to glue some more stuff down. Collage. it says collage. It doesn't say it has to be a definite picture of anything. It can just be shapes. So let me grab some shapes. I have in here some circles I cut a while ago that are embossed. So let's grab some of these out. And it doesn't matter what colors they are, but I might stick with just 3 colors. I'd like another light blue one. Here we go. All right. All right. So that'll add some texture too. Put that back in here. Yep. So you go ahead and collage whatever you want onto yours. I'm just going to glue some of these circles that are embossed down. These like this that have like a floral design, for me, for some reason, I'm having a hard time discerning which side is the right side. So we're going to say this is the right side, and we're not going to worry about it after that. So our favorite Chinese restaurant is closed right now, because of the virus situation. You can't even get takeout orders from them. But then we noticed Scott was really hankering for some, so we drove down to another one that we kind of like. Well, they were closed too. And then I was thinking, well, Scott was at work last night, and I didn't think to talk about it with him once he got home. I was thinking, what if they're all closed because they've had attacks? Because there are some crazy people that think, that Chinese Americans had something to do with this too. That's really, really sad. Crazy and sad. I want to make them a card and slide it under their door over there and tell them how much we miss them. Hi, Holly. Just going to glue some more of these on here. I think it's fun to use up stuff I've already had cut out and all of that. See, is that the right side? 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 I don't know. Does it matter? I don't know. Just going with it. Go with the flow. Just putting these down randomly. This almost needs a weight of some sort put on these, but we'll just go as far as it'll let me. I don't know if I have room for any more great big ones. These just blow my mind because I just cannot figure. I don't know. Just do it, Becky. Don't worry about it. As long as it's stuck down, it doesn't matter. They're all going to get chopped up anyway, right? I'm wondering if all this texture will create problems for me, though, in my stacking into my box, but we'll see. And let's take our scissors and cut this last one in half, like so. And I can put half up at the top and half down on the side. Whoops. Got glue all over my finger. Making a mess. We're making a mess. Hi, Kathy. We're on prompt 4. I can tell you what they are if you want to play along. It's kind of an odd time of day for me to be on here. But I said, well, maybe I should go on, and because everybody was waiting for Barb to come on, and I keep waiting for her to come on. I sent her a message via her YouTube channel community tab on that, the only message she has on there, thinking, well, maybe she'd see that. Maybe she'd get notified about that. I hope everything's okay. All right. All right. There we go. We're going to say that's good. I got too much glue on this one. I can tell it's wanting to bubble up. Ooh, it looks something. Oh, it's a beautiful day outside. Yeah, it's raining here. Again. Okay. Prompt 5 is going to be add a napkin. Add a napkin. About, we'll add some of a napkin, not the whole thing. And I will need the stuff to glue this down with. And my glue brush. I was just using the stuff for napkin collage. There it is. I put it in the wrong place. All right. I have to be quiet while I'm cutting so I don't cut my hand. Okay, I got these cut apart and I'm just going to glue them down randomly. Mina wants an alternative. Okay, an alternative is add lines. So I need to write that down. Alt for napkin is add lines. My napkin stuff is almost gone here. Trying to get as much moisture squished out of this brush as I can get. I want some more of this. I want to get a new palette knife like the one I broke. See what happens here. You're welcome. See if we can get that little piece to stick up. Let's see here. It doesn't really matter which way they go because we're chopping this up, right? This will hold the circles on too. Yeah, I was telling Scott this morning, I am so missing thrifting. I'm itching to go. I started that cat couch and I had to stop because I was getting these muscle twitches in my forearm and it kept me awake. They were twitching so bad. I said, well, I'll take a break from the crocheting for a couple days. So I might start back up on that tonight, depending on what Mary does. I might join in her fun or I might just do something else. Let's see. I'm just going to tear that part of this cage off from here. Put that bluebird right there. Like so. All right, back in the water. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull the next one. Number 6 is going to be, oh, it says scallops. 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 I have a stencil with some scallop edges, I think. I think I'm going to use ultramarine blue. And see, this ruler thing has scallops right here. So I'm just going to add a few here and there, but I need to dry this really quick. I'm going to chop it up to make some more prompt cards to go in my little box. So they'll be the size we're using because these are the prompt cards we made last time. So I'm going to make some more of the same size as these. And I think they were, oh, what did I say? 2.5 by 2 and something is the size I'm making. But you could make them twinchy size. Just do 2-inch blocks. 2.5 by 2 and 5/8. I think that's right. Come on, brain. Yeah, 5/8. 2 and 5/8 by 2.5. I need to dry this. Dry, dry, dry. So we need to do this 2 more times after this to fill my box with prompt cards. And I have enough prompts that we called off last time that we can just fill the cards in. I don't have to have this completely dry, just somewhat dry. And I think I did clear coat these. I did. All right, that's good enough. And I guess I'll just put my paint here on the table a little bit. My paper is really soggy. I might not be able to finish these, but I can call off the prompts I'm going to add to them or put them. I put the prompts I'm going to put on the back of these cards in the description box. So if you guys want them, you can use them. Ooh, that's probably more than enough because I'm just going to add a few scallops, not the whole stencil. Let's see here. Put that down there. It doesn't have to be a lot. It just put enough on to say that you did it. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, I think I'll turn the whole page so I can get one over here. Okay. And I don't have my jug in here to drop my sponge in, so I'll run it to the kitchen and throw it in the jug. I think that's good enough. Wouldn't you say that's scallops? And I'll just go clean this off real quick, okay? Be right back. All right, so we added scallops. No, of course not. Well, we're using the ones that I made last week today. So we're on number 7, and it says splatters. Splatters. So I think I'm going to pull a color that's in the birds, which seems to be an orange. So I think I'm going to splatter with some orange. Shaking the bottle of water instead of the paint. Yep, I'm with it today. Just gonna put a little paint in there. Got way too much paint in there. And then spritz it with some water. About 4 or 5 sploosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And I'll move my cards so that I don't splatter on them. So I guess Barb never showed up. Worried about her. Hope it's just like the cable line or something. It's crazy. All right, I'm going to put this in the sink. That big old cat of ours, he's so funny. He's sitting in Scott's desk chair. Looks like he's got a grin on his face, like he's getting away with something. Sitting over there. Right. I'm going to dry a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This weather's just been nuts. And I'm thinking I might have to get a sheet to pulled out to cover my tomatoes out there, because they were talking like we might get freezing temperatures, which is really crazy, over the weekend. Trying to get this paint to dry is like impossible right now. I've got so much glue on here. These will be really cute when they're cut up. All these big designs will be just looking little on here. All right, I'm going to call number 8. Add circles. Okay. You'd think I'd have enough circles at this point. All right, so I'm going to revisit one of the colors I used originally, the Naphtol Crimson. Everybody okay with add circles? Any old way you want to? I like this curler. See if I can get any red out here on the table. This paint is acting so weird. What time? Okay, it's 4:40. I think what I will probably do is we'll finish this up, and then I'll sign off so we can all have a break before Mary comes on. And this can dry, and I'll clear coat it. And what I'll do is the prompts I'm going to use, I'll go ahead and type in the box below. I'll put the prompts and the prompts that we used and the prompts that are going to go on the back of the cards in the description box. And then next week, I'll just show you the finished cards, if that'll work for everybody. That way, everybody can go and have dinner, and we can all have our little break in between me and Mary. And I think that sounds like a good plan to me. I myself am going to just heat up leftovers because it's what's here, and I don't want to cook again. I cooked lunch today. Yesterday, I cooked enough for several dinners, so I wouldn't have to cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner today for Scott. Him working second shift is not as easy as when he was working first shift, because when you're on a first shift job, whatever you have for dinner the night before, that becomes your lunch for the next day. And, yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I'll just make sure you have all the prompts from both doing them and filling in the next batch of prompts. All right, leave the curler there. All right, gonna dry. This is quite busy this time, but as I said, like last week, once you cut them into these little teeny squares, it's not going to matter. And I want to clear coat this too to make sure everything is stuck down really good. And I want it to dry really good before that happens. And I don't have another project in mind for today because this is kind of flying by the seat of my pants. And it's almost 5 o'clock here. I'll put a link to Kelly's channel since I mentioned her earlier too. I'll put a link to her channel below. All right, prompt 9 says book text. Prompt 9 is book text. I don't have too many more here. All right, I'll pull an alternate, stencil. Alternate for book text is stencil. All right, I'm going to take the stencil. I'm going to use one of these doilies. And some purple pizzazz. There's so much moisture on this paper. It's just curling and carrying on. Okay. I'm not worried about doing the whole thing because it's going to be chopped up. There we go. Good enough. Busy, busy, busy it is. Positives on the second shift is you can have appointments earlier in the day, early before you go to work. You can get all like doctors and that kind of stuff, or if you have to go somewhere, that's good. It's just meal prep for me is easier the other way. This looks like a hot mess. It's very colorful. All right. Oh, use painty papers. I'm going to have so much glued on here, I'm not going to be able to get these in here. That's the downside. Use painty papers. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to grab the add lines and I'm going to use it for my alternate. So I'm going to add some lines. Barbara needs an alternative. Well, this says add scribbles, or you can do the add lines if you need to. I'll write the add scribbles right here. And what I might do is when I list the prompts in the description box, I'll just put alternatives. And whenever you need an alternative, if you're watching this later, you can just choose from the ones that are below the list of actual prompts we use. See, my paper's curled so much, my Bondo spreader's not even touching the paper in some areas. I might have to iron this one. It's really gotten lumpy and bumpy. I got out way too much black paint. Well, kind of like the black lines. some random single lines here and there. Good enough. You can see how saturated this is. Let's see. What can I do with this black paint? Let's see. This is the piece I was using as a wipe off last week. This paper's got such a cool texture to it. I don't know what I'm going to use that for, but it'll get used in a project or made into a card or something. All right, I'm going to dry because this is crazy wet. Hi, Marcy. Bye. Hi, bye. Oh, good night. All right, we have just 2 left here. I'll give them both to you, and you can decide which order you want to do them in. So this says background stamps, and the last one we have is use something water soluble. So background stamps. And 12, use something water soluble. So background stamps, use something water soluble. I don't see how anything will show up on here. You know what I could do? I've got those scribble sticks here. I could go around each of those circles I put on there and then with a water pen spread it out. I just had those sticks. There they are. And then I just need a water brush. See if I can find a water brush. No, that's not it. I'll just get some water and a brush. Let's get the water brush. Oh, wait, no. Is that a water? That's a water brush. Does it have water in it? It does. Don't you hate when you put things up from yourself? All right, so I'm going to use these scribble sticks. And on the pink ones, I'll use this crayon. Not everything is dry, but we're going to press forward. All right, and then I'll use this on here. That's the bright ones, and then I'll use the green on the light blue ones. And the other thing that was said, background stamps, didn't it? Oh, wait, no, Becky. It's all good. All right, let's see if anything wonderful happens here. Might have to go around the light blue ones with a different color because it's not showing up very good. Might need to do something darker like I did here. So, let's see. It's black. Oh, Barbara had to go. Bye, Barbara. I didn't know if she was leaving or if she was just saying bye to Marcy. My bad. We'll just do this blue around the blue. And the rain has stopped, so I can take the dog for a quick walk to the corner. Hopefully nobody will run over me. That's got it all the way around all of them. Now let's just wet it. Oh, I hate hiding things from myself, but I do it all the time. The napkin shifted there. And this is definitely going to need to dry. It's like super saturated. Now, as far as background stamps goes, I will need to dry this for one thing. Uh-oh. There was a water brush in there. I should have known I'd have one in there. Silly me. Background stamp. Hey, Beth. Well, it's going to be kind of hard to do a background stamp because it won't be in the background. It'll be in the foreground. So I'm thinking I might just stamp with paint with a household item. And I think I'm going to use white to kind of tone this bad boy down because this is cray cray. Quite the cray cray here. And once I stamp with that, I'm going to let you guys go, get your supper, and I'll see you at Mary's. But let me, see, this is really wet. I got that really wet right there. And I'll walk my puppy, who's not a puppy, who's an old dog, so we can't go too far. This is her latest thing that she likes to do. She likes to go at the end of the driveway and sit with me, and we just sit down there and listen to the trees and stuff, but can't do that today or we'll get soaked. All right, so stamp with a household item. All right. It's not really white. It's a light buttermilk. And I'm going to cut this out of here. Cut that off. We'll chop this and this. And we'll just take these bad boys out. There. All right. Flip flop. I got it at the thrift store. It's a child's 5'6". So now I have all that cool texture. We're just going to put some down here and we're going to use this as a stamp. And always look at flip-flops in the clearance bins and check and see the back because each company has a different pattern in the back of a flip-flop. Wouldn't it be fun, though, to leave them as flip-flops, put them on a kid's feet, and let them jump and paint, and then go across a picture or whatever? Could be a great way for the grandkids to help. Ooh, my camera's not liking it, though, at all. It's going, what are you doing to me? Oh, look at the camera. It's jumping all over. It's like, chill out, dude. It's just print. All right. I'm going to call that good. You want to see my ABC book for Barb's project? All right. I'll move this so that the camera will stop having a coronary. I can show that to you real quick. I did it just like Barb said to. Okay. So it turns out to be a real chunky monkey. There's 14 pages folded in half. And then when you get two folded to half, you open up this side, open up that side, and the two pieces that are left, you glue them back to back. And that's how you put your book together. So this is all I've done so far. This is as far as she got. Yeah. And then I've done this. This is what she did last week. And I talked about how I made this tape with tissue paper and double-sided tape. It is tricky to get the backing paper off, but it makes such cool looking washi tape. So I did that. And then I did not do like Barb and do the paste paper. I just used acrylic paint on my pages. And I've glued these all in. And I didn't have alphabet stickers because I'm not real big on stickers, but I had a stamp set, and that's how I did my letters. So I got as far as she did last week. Oh, and then every page has my little guy on it that I carved. But I haven't glued a thing in here besides, you know, what she had asked us to do that time. I will say I am getting some cracking, but I'm not too worried about it because I figured I can glue like a napkin across and it'll help hold it if I decide to do napkins or whatever. I was looking forward to today, but I just hope she's okay. See if I can get the U page to open. There we go. And a lot of these pages, I combined two colors. So I did purple and pink and yellow and orange. And I added water to make it go around. And I just dry each page in between and go to the next one. See. And before, after I had glued them together, before I knew that she was going to paint the pages, I put rose gold on the edges. I held it really tight together and just used my finger and put rose gold. But then after I painted the pages, look what happened. I got a rainbow on the sides. So this thing's a little over an inch wide. And I had to add, I held it together real tight and put just Elmer's glue all thick on just the back of it to hold it together. Yeah, I used mixed media paper too because that's what I had the most of. And I think that's one reason I'm getting the cracking, but I'm not going to worry about it. This is just for fun. So that's my little book. So I did that. We extended it. The prompts I'm going to add are going to be add a border, add flowers, add cutouts, household item or handmade stamps, add dots, add washi tape, add a silhouette. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Modeling paste, ink, bubble wrap, marker, sprays. Maybe to the wild card. I can't remember how many cards I actually get. I think it's 16. I might get everything we got left on here, but I will put them in the description box when they're done. So all of the prompts and stuff will be added after this is processed and after I have got my cards done so that I know what I'm typing in the description box. Okay, so bear with me. It might be tomorrow before they show up. And I'll see some of you at Mary's. Thanks, guys. Bye.